Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show, and welcome to another episode of 30 Inks 30 Days. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today, we are starting September 30 Inks 30 Days, so I'm going to be doing 2 new reviews a week, and then the rest of the week I will be doing like a swatching of old inks that I like. So hopefully you guys will find them interesting. Also, if you have any re-reviews that you want to see, please leave those in the comment section below so I can make those happen. Alright. Next subject. So every once in a great while, I go to the store. So this is from circa 2019. Hi Obs, how are you? Hi Juicy Louise. So this here is from circa 2019. And I saw this at the store the last time I was there, and it's got 200 sheets. And I thought, okay, well, if it's $8, and this one is circa 2023. So every once in a while, I like to go and buy a new book, so that way I can see if the paper has changed, because they have the same logo, you can tell, because it's got that chamfer right there. But sometimes these companies change the recipe of their paper and it pisses me off. Sorry, pardon my French. I'm a sailor. Anyway, so I like to go through every once in a while and buy a different version of the notebook, so that way I can see if they've changed the paper, because this is the logo that you're looking for, not the other one. The red, the Oxford red notebooks, they're not good. I have reviewed them before. I won't review them again. Let's see, do I even have one? I can show you. So this is the other brand, Oxford, and it's 90 GSM notebook paper, and it's not good. Bleeds, ghosts. It's just, they all bleed. So we're not doing that again. I will be using this for a journal, but I won't be reviewing it anymore. Optic paper, that's what it's called. Oxford optic paper, 90 GSM. You'd think that they would do a better job, but they didn't. So I'm just letting everyone know that there will be 2 Oxford single subject notebook papers. That's what I'm calling it, because I don't know like how to differentiate them. So this here, that's a house, an Oxford house. So this will be optic paper, and the other will be single subject notebook paper. Oh, also, this one was made somewhere. Can I see? This one was made in France. If I can pick this up and not knock my set over. And this one was made in Vietnam. 9 times out of 10, when you find products that are made in Vietnam, they are definitely doing their diligence. So, just putting that out there. Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Hi, Manda. Hi, David. I'm doing very well, thank you. It is a new month. We're moving on into the autumn season. So, I have decided that it's going to go autumn, fall. What was the other one? Autumn, fall, harvest. That's it. Autumn, fall, harvest. Okay, what do we got? Let's see. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Obs. I dread seeing new improve on anything. Well, I don't know if it's new and improved. Is that what it said? No. It's just I wanted to make sure that they hadn't screwed up the paper. Should I say, hey? Almost as bad as reimagined. Yeah. Miss Marilyn, I have a favor to ask. I have a new flex nib fountain pen. Can you go over the basics of how to write both with a regular writing and with a calligraphy, how to use the nib well? So I have a class on my YouTube channel in the playlists department. I have over 55 hours worth of calligraphy classes over there that show you exactly what to look for in the introduction and fountain pen calligraphy 101. I have a 102 and a 103 for like more advanced. And then we have like modern fountain pen calligraphy and dip pen calligraphy. And then calligraphy for beginners. I have so many classes on calligraphy. So I can show you right now, just kind of an example. Where is my soft nib? I have a soft nib somewhere. Ow, stabbed myself. Nope, that's a stiff nib. Where is my rubber thing? I'm going to use a dip nib as opposed to a fountain pen because I do have fountain pens inked up, but I want to be able to show you very clearly how to use a flex nib. So I want, maybe I threw it away. Arrow. Dang it. I might have thrown it away. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just use this one. It's fine. In the hole. There we go. Alright, so when you're using a dip nib, when you're using any type of flexible pen, there's going to have the slit down the middle, and you're going to have the two tines, one on each side. And when testing out a new nib, I recommend using your thumb, because you can see when you press on it, the white, your thumb will turn white, see? And I wouldn't push it so much. I wouldn't push your nib down too drastically, but you will see that the more pressure that you add, the wider that the tines will be. So when you're using a fountain pen, and if you have a flexible fountain pen, I highly recommend looking at it from the side, either by using your fingernail or just to make sure that when you press down that the nib comes back to the feed, because if it's lifted off the feed like this, there's no capillary action going on. So it's going to be difficult to write with. And now I have really pretty nails. And then if that is the issue, then you take the nib and turn it upside down and push it back down into so that it touches the feed. I can already tell that this one may be messed up already. Let me see. Yep, I messed this one up. Okay, so I need to. And if you have, like, if your tines are misaligned, you will know right away. You can tell if they are misaligned when one is higher than the other. I recommend taking some tweezers, gripping the tine that's not, oops, it's upside down, grabbing the tine that's not down and pressing it, just kind of bending it just a little bit so that way it's in line with the other one. I can't do this through the camera. And you want to make sure that they're aligned like so. That looks almost perfectly aligned. And if you look at it from the side, one tine should not be lower than the other. So after you figured all that out, then you can start to flex your pen out. And you want to just start by not using any pressure at all. So, oh, you can't see, sorry. So you want to start off by using it with no pressure at all. Okay? And then I highly recommend trying some very light strokes. Just barely holding it with your fingers, so that way you can kind of get an idea of how smooth it is. Going in all directions, seeing if there's a burr on one side or the other. And then if you do have the tines aligned and there's no burr that you can see of with a loop, then just go like this for a whole page. And this will eventually smooth out whatever the roughness of the nib is. Then what you can do is you can just add just a tiny bit of pressure in the middle of your stroke. Okay? And then try doing the basic strokes and try not to flex it out to its full potential, because if it's a fountain pen revolution, they're only $28 for a nib. But if it's a gold nib, you're talking about hundreds of dollars. So be careful. And also maybe look up other people who have the same nib to see how big they go. And then maybe go just under that, because if you flex it too much, you'll break the tines. And they won't come back. They'll just stay like this forever. Or one may be like this. So you don't want to do that. But finding a very fine balance of figuring out where you'll be able to kind of feel it in your fingers. You'll be like, oh, that's too much. And so you'll know that that is where you should stop. And you'll kind of feel it go, and right where it goes, you want to stop. Okay, so there you go. So I hope that that was somewhat explanatory. I know that sometimes my thoughts get jumbled, but just try not to overdo it, because nibs are expensive and dip nibs are very cheap. So if you're thinking thoughts about doing some like copperplate calligraphy or some like Spencerian type calligraphy, I would recommend starting with a dip nib, getting used to how fine it is, and then using those principles to use with a flexible fountain pen. I hope I didn't ramble on too long. So, okay, we're here to do a 30 days. For those of you who didn't know, 30 inks, 30 days. Let me see. Where am I? Hello. It's your wife's birthday on the 3rd. I will... what is her name? I feel like I knew the answer to that. Tell her happy birthday. Yes, do tell her happy birthday. Thank you. In case anyone wants to know, it's a Mont Blanc Gold Leaf 146. Wow. Okay, so the 146 calligraphy nib is a fairly is a medium soft nib. It's not the softest nib, but it's pretty soft. If you bought a Yovo nib from fpnibs.com with a full flex, that's wet noodle territory. I have a wet noodle somewhere. I have a wet noodle in my dip pen. Where are you? It's here somewhere. See the small one. There you are. So this is the Yobo Full Flex nib, and it's just bloop, so springy. I have to be very careful because I'm very hard on my pens. Okay, let's do this ink review, shall we? All right, we have Colorverse Crab Nebula. This is a really nice dark green ink with some really nice shading going on. I figured out how to do the swirly whirlies. It's got a little bit of purple sheen going on, which is really cool. Hello, Ricardo. How are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing and coming to hang out with me. Oh, you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Okay. I promise I will put you in the book. David. Toothbrush. Note to self. Okay. Let's do this ink review. Hello, the goat girl. How are you? All right, this is a beautiful shading ink. It's nice and dark and very autumny with a pine tree looking crab nebula. Here's our ink swatch. Here is the water resistance test. It doesn't have very good water resistance. It's kind of smunchy, but it's fine. And then, so I have figured out that I think that I figured out that chromatography has been doing wrong. I think that when I was in science class, they told us to use rubbing alcohol or 91 isopropyl alcohol. And then I did this one with water. So this is what we get with just water. And then this is what we get with 91% rubbing alcohol. So, I don't know. Like, these look like two totally different swatches from different inks. I don't know. It's very strange. Nice. Okay, so this got some yellowish and some green, and then this one has a little bit of hinge of yellow, some green, some like dark blue going on, and then this turquoise blue coming out. Very nice. Okay, let's look at some papers. Here we have Maruman Nemosity 80 GSM grid paper. Beautiful shading. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Rhodia dot pad 80 GSM. Nice amount of shading. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is HP Premium 32 pound 90 GSM. Beautiful. I'm going to bump up the brightness just a little tiny bit so we can see. Very nice. Little bit of micro bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is the copper plate graph pad from johnneilbooks.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Okay, so this is the circa 2019. Oh, I didn't do the stupid review. Dang it. spaced out and forgot what I was doing. I can still see the 2019 is wet. The 2023 is not wet though. This is the Oxford single subject notebook paper, and as we can see, it's the same. It's the same paper. The lines are slightly different. This is a wide rule and this is a college rule, but other than that, they are the same, and the lines might be slightly different colors, but other than that, they haven't done away with the formula, so that's nice. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. Perfect. And this is a relatively quick drying ink depending on what kind of pen you're using. Today's pen we will be using the TWSBI Swipe with a broad nib. I've really been liking that pen lately. So I don't see any feathering on the 2019 and no bleeding, barely any ghosting. What pen are you currently using? Broad nib for Safari. Nice. Alright, this is CVS Caliber filler paper from CVS Pharmacy. One of my favorite papers. No feathering, no bleeding, and barely any ghosting. It's the most excellent paper. Here we have the Pelican Hub notepad. Beautiful shading, no feathering. Little bit of micro bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. So this is a new paper from our friends over at South Shore Paper, and this is Kokuyo writing pad, 8mm 50 GSM notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. Definitely a good start. And then here we have another new paper to me. This is from South Shore Paper. This is Aerofoil 75 GSM. It's got a little bit of that sheen in there, we can see. Very nice. Beautiful shading. No feathering, no bleeding. A little bit of ghosting. Perfect. And here we have the Jot envelope from the Dollar Tree. Nice. Minimal amount of feathering. And a little bit of micro bleeding and ghosting. But for $1, that's pretty good. So here I have the Midori Traveler's Notebook. I think this is Midori. Made in Japan. This is a 2024. But I thought we could just use it for swatching in. Very nice. Beautiful shading. A little bit of sheen going on. Very nice. Got a giant chunk. Okay, we have Archer and Olive 160 GSM. Best paper ever. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Most excellent paper. I am thinking thoughts already about getting one of these for next year. Leuchtturm 1970 120 GSM notebook paper. This one didn't have as much shading. Uh-oh. I forgot to switch the page. Doo-doo-doo. This one back here. And there is no feathering, no bleeding, and barely any ghosting. Okay, good. Yep. This is also really good paper. Alright, M-Shoy 120 GSM notebook paper. If you wanted to save a couple of dollars between the Leuchtturm and the M-Shoy. The M-Shoy is like $28, I think. And the Leuchtturm is $28, and the M-Shoy is like 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. So, and they are equally as good. So it's going to be a very slim thing. All right, here we have anecdote notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Sorry. What pen are you currently using? Broad Safari Nib. I used to make delusion work for me and would say that students are still in the honeymoon period until next week. Yeah. I can remember when I first went into high school, we had tests on the first day just to figure out where we were. It was so bummed. Target sold out of the Upworthy composition notebooks. Oh no. That's so sad. That's the saddest news I've heard all day. 43 cents. It was a good deal. Alright, this is our last piece of Ayush. I'm really sad about it because it's really nice notebook paper. There it is, Ayush. 100 GSM. You can get some from ayushpaper.com. However, it's fucking expensive. It's a $6 notebook and they want to charge $20 for shipping. Unless Ayush wants to sponsor me with a notebook, I don't think we'll be buying another one. But it's most excellent paper. Super good. Hardly any ghosting. So good. Okay. Move it. Stop it. Moving forward. Muji notebook paper. So it looks like this. It says anti-bleed through. Yeah, we'll find out. Alright. Little bit of wiggle. It's got some wiggle in that B. And it's bleeding and ghosting. If you guys are going to put these words on the book and it does bleed, I'm going to be cross. Oops, I need to maneuver my books around. My weak little gay arms. Stop it. Too many books, you guys. I have way too many books. Let's see, we'll do this one and then this one. Oh. Crap. Alright, this here is the Deal Worthy from Target. Beautiful shading. No feathering. No bleeding, but a little bit of ghosting. This is really nice paper so far. So good. Have we had any bleed through? Only one or two were seriously bleed through, but just lots of ghosting. This would be an excellent notebook for doing calligraphy on, because you'll be able to see directly through the notebook to the guidelines. If you can get some of this, I'd highly recommend it. I need to take apart my set again. Oh, God. I'm going to put the notebooks in size order, otherwise I will have an avalanche. Alright. Yeah, don't make me cross. I'll start throwing things. The journal from the Dollar Tree. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is probably the second best deal that you're going to find. If you can find... Where is it? I took the cover off. So this is what the journal looks like in the Dollar Tree. There's the number for that. These are stickers that come on the notebook. And there's the back. It's made in India. So it's really good paper. And they have really cute stickers. And I don't know what it's made out of, but it's really good. Made in India. There you go. So, highly recommend these. I'm going to be using those for journaling in. What country is the deal worthy? Oh, God. I'll have to take apart my set. Okay. It's just so heavy, my little gay arms. Okay, let's see. The deal worthy is made in Vietnam. How about that? This one is circa 25, so it's relatively new. So hopefully it'll be good for a while. Giant chunk of books. Okay, so did I do this one? No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Most excellent. For the price, super good. Alright, this is Wexford from Walgreens Pharmacy. No feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. This one is probably the second to best for the price. This one I think was $1.98, if I'm not mistaken. Did I put the price? No, I didn't. This one is made in Vietnam too. Vietnam's getting a lot of good paper. Okay, so here we have Midori MD paper. Wait, where is this? You can barely see it, but there's like an indentation. This is their 100th anniversary notebook paper, and it's got like, there's a pencil and a case of some sort, and there's a cake. I think it's a cake, or maybe it's an inkwell. It's an inkwell. It's got some glasses on, a mug, MD paper, star 7. I don't know what that means. Anyway, it's Midori paper. It's really good. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. They come in A6. I don't know what other sizes they come in, but I know that Traveler's Notebook does Midori, I think. Alright, here we have Daiso Premium Notebook Paper. High quality, made in Japan. 52 for between $1.75 and $2.50. This is from our friend Artboy. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. This is really good paper. It's only had a little bit of bleeding previously. I highly recommend this one if you like an A6. So 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is A6. Oh, it says so right there. 5mm grid. Does it say the GSM? What is that? Oh, I thought that's... Oh, it says 52 something. don't read Japanese, I'm sorry. If anybody reads Japanese, tell me if that says 52 GSM. Anyway, I don't think it's 52. It's slightly thicker than 52. Anyway, okay, moving forward. Here we have. What are you doing? I skipped a page. Dang it. Alright, we have 68 GSM Tomoe River. I think this is original Tomoe River. I don't know if the PP means it's the new Sanzen. Usually it would say Sanzen on here, but it doesn't say Sanzen. It says Sake Technical Paper. Sake TP. If anybody knows or has the new Sanzen Tomoe River A6 notebook, can you send me a picture of the back of your notebook? Thank you. 68 GSM Tomoe River. Beautiful paper. No feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. I think that they need to have this in an A4 size. Just saying. Alright, and then, last but not least, we have Leuchtturm 1917 80 GSM notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. We've had some bleed through on this, but not a whole lot previously. Okay, comments. Don't cross me. I'm on to your tricks. What country's deal-worthy? I haven't tried a preppy. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with a preppy. It's... Oh. I have 2 preppies. I keep one in my bag for just in case. Are you in here? Yeah. Uh-oh. So, I don't know how long it's been in here. I haven't touched this in probably 4 months. I mean, it's a little skippy because I got platinum carbon black in here, but yeah, these are just, I mean, like, these are what you call throwaway pens. You put inks in here like Noodler's King Philip Requiem, Bay State Blue. You put the naughty inks in this pen because it's a $5 pen. Let's see, how much are they on Amazon right now? Let's find out. I always do Amazon because most people can get Amazon. Dang it, stop it. Platinum Preppy. Yeah, they're $6.30 right now on Amazon. $6.74. So they're just cheap throwaway pens. I wouldn't recommend them. They don't come in broad nibs. They only have extra fine, fine, and medium, or 03, 05, and 07. 0. Now this is a 03. 0. Maybe it's 25. I don't know. Anyway, all I know is that they come. Oh, this is a 03. This is a fine. So 02 would be a extra fine. 03 is a fine, and 05 would be a medium. And it's really skippy. So unless you put a well-behaved ink in here, it's gonna have a problem. But like, I keep this inked up with carbon black in case I have to sign anything, which I don't know why I would ever do that with a platinum Preppy, but that's where it stays. Thanks, Marilyn. Target had journals that look like disco balls. Oh yeah, those don't look. What is it? The one thing that you want to go through if you're looking for a new notebook? We're gonna pretend that this one's from Target, right? Or any notebook. You want to take and give it a good one of those. We're gonna give it a good lightning thunder sound. Listen to the paper. If it sounds like it doesn't have, like there's not a lot there, it's probably gonna bleed. Also, American-made papers suck. They are the worst. This is New Eco. Where is the thing? This isn't the one I was thinking of. Never mind. So, the absolute worst brand that you can buy is Mead. This is 5-star college roll notebook paper. It's made by Mead. Everything bleeds through. Everything. So unless you're just scribbling on one side, don't bother. Don't bother with this one. It says high quality paper, reinforced pocket, water resistant. The cover, not the ink. It's so stupid. I hate this paper. The other paper that went by the wayside is the 100 GSM, the heavyweight notebook paper. It was good at one point, but then it just started to suck, and I don't know why. This is Penning Gear. This is from Walmart. It says it's made in Vietnam. What is this? What ink is today? What are we doing? Crab Nebula. Maybe we can put this one in the rotation too. But look, you can see it happening. Oh no. That's the worst. Oh, God. Look. Oh, worst. No, we're not reviewing that. Ugh. It's not gonna happen. Okay, hi David. Okay, what do we have? How much do you practice? When am I not practicing? That's the question. Every day I practice a little bit of calligraphy. This is not calligraphy. I just put my book away. I can't show you. But I practice every day. Every day for at least 10 to 20 minutes. Sometimes I will be watching a video and I will just have, this is like my daily book, and I will just have a pen in my hand. Usually it's a Pilot Kakuna with an extra fine nib, and I will just start writing down people's names that are in the chat. So there we go. Okay, we have a flex question. Thank you so much for the $5. Oh, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm going to do that right now while I'm thinking thoughts about it. David, thank you. You don't have to spend money on me, you guys. You can just ask questions. I promise I'll answer them. I have nothing else better to do. I'm just collecting dust. So, everyone who gives donation to the channel gets put in the Book of Love. And then at the end of the book, we will do a 24-hour live stream. I don't know how many pages in here, but everybody gets their own page. What's your favorite color, David? One more flex question. When I want to write the normal writing, I just need to write lightly. That's right, with the nib. At a straight angle. So, I guess it depends on what type of writing you are wanting to use. If you want to use block calligraphy or upright, oh my god, I forgot the word, upright block calligraphy. So a block would be okay, that's block calligraphy, right? So if you wanted to do a flex calligraphy, so you see that this is my mat, right? And it's square with the edge of my desk. So when you're doing calligraphy, what you're going to do is you're going to tilt the paper so that way that when you put your hand out in front and then you pull them toward your shoulder, that this is going to be the 55 angle the 55 degree that you want to work on. You want to pull toward your shoulder and not toward the middle of your body. You see what I'm saying? You want to pull toward your shoulder so that way you want to flex the nib equally on both sides. So when I'm doing calligraphy, sometimes I'll just have my book laying on my chest like this, and I will write yes, you're writing uphill, you're writing away from you, but you're pulling towards your shoulder. Okay, so that way you don't, when you flex the pen out, that you're using each tine equally. So that way you don't get one tine that's eventually shorter over time. Because if you were to write like this, you can't flex. You could do it upright, or as Paul Antonio, the master calligrapher, says, a Judy script. It's his mom. He's named it after his mom. So let's see, be written. See how I'm still pulling towards my shoulder, but yet I'm writing, I feel like I'm writing downwards. But you always want to be pulling toward your shoulder. So you want to angle the paper to whichever way you want the flex to be. See the difference? This one's almost like a backhand script. Just depends on what you want it to look like. And try not to put too much pressure, especially on that gold nib. And that's like $1,000 pen. So be very careful. Don't try and do too much flexing with it. And like, if you don't want to flex it out, you could just write and don't put your finger on the top of the pen. Just like rest it on the side. So you rest your finger on the side of the pen, so that way you aren't tempted to push down. When I'm using my tripod calligraphy grip, some people, they've got weird, writing grips. And unless you're an overhook writer, or if you're a left-hander, then you don't have to use that big of a difference. You could just write straight on. So people that have a are left-handed, they don't have to do too much to ooh, I haven't written with my left hand in a while. Ooh, it's really bad. Anyway, but the left-handers, they already have the angle, because it's coming at their shoulder at the 55. I just use a 55. You don't have to use a 55. Of course, you can always turn your paper on its side and then write away from you, if that helps. So angle the paper, not your arm. That's what I'm saying. Okie dokie. Okay, I'm going to put you in the book of love. What's your favorite color, David? Purple? Do I even have a good purple inked up this week? You don't have a favorite ink? A favorite purple ink? I have a sort of a purple. This is, what is in here? This is Forest Gato. This has a fine nib. Oh, my writing is terrible. I just had a cup of coffee, so it's starting to kick in right now. Why aren't you going? What the heck is going on? Okay, then we have $2 and $5, so that's $7. How about just regular writing? So, with the regular, hello, Andy B, how are you doing today? When using a flex nib to do regular writing is almost harder than doing the flex calligraphy, because depending on how soft the nib is will depend on how much you have to actually lift the pen in order to keep it from flexing. So I recommend that you practice just running the nib over the page first, just very lightly. And then after you've done that for a little while, then I'd put just a little tiny bit of pressure, and then maybe a little bit more pressure. And then after that, you'll kind of get the hang of how thick the line should be. I wouldn't press it out past like 2 millimeters. That's a lot for a very expensive nib. I have degrees from both, so I guess both. Good, Ta. How's you? I'm doing good. I'm feeling much better. SFABA in Humanities. Wow. TCU Masters. Diversity. Wow. Master of Divinity. Sorry. Word jumped. That's crazy. You have lots of things. I have a few degrees too, but I am permanently disabled. So I cannot work anymore unless I want to have another heart attack and die. So we are not going to do that. Have to vanish for a bit. Dad called me some color issues with his phone. Oh no, that's the worst. Masters of Divinity. Just me sitting over here with associate's degree in liberal arts and business. Oh, it's not a competition, you guys. Okay. What's next? So for the rest of this, I'm going to be doing 2 new ink reviews. Let's see. I did that. So that we'll be doing 2 new ink reviews a week. So today was a new ink review. Tomorrow will be an old ink swatching. We're going to do a little bit of swatching. We're going to put this Hobonichi to work. Considering I'm not using any of these back pages, I think I want to do some like ink swatching. We'll do ink swatching on this page. Let's do some for today. Well, actually, you know what? I could just do them on the day, right? No, I don't want to. Okay, let's see. This is Hobonichi, cousin, A5, 47 GSM. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, today's ink is... Where is the name of the ink? Oh, Crab Nebula. Oh, wow. I got a year more your foundation in art. I design money. Nothing. Skate stakes. Wow. Beat me to saying it. Tomorrow sucks for work, but also fun. I get to pick up new shirt designs from the printer. Yay! Did you figure out the thing with the Amazon? Cool, I understand what it did. I'm Methodist. I'm a teaching now. Very nice. Neat LR school designs. Lots of new chef designs. Cool. No, they sent me a message. Finally, it said, please wait longer. Beat them with a stick within an inch of their life. Do you want me to go kick Amazon's ass? I'll go get the shovel. All right, well, there's Hobonichi, and it's like trying to bleed through. Annoying. Yeah, so everybody's talking about, ooh, Hobonichi this, oh, Hobonichi that. We're not doing it again. It's really bad. It's just, oh. I mean, most of them have been relatively cooperative. But then there are days where I have to do a tip-in because I'm afraid that it will bleed through the page. This was 2 tip-ins in a row. There's another tip-in. So at the end of the year, I will go through and I will show you how many tip-ins that I've done. But for now, we'll have to just deal with it as it comes. Is anybody else participating in 30 Inks 30 Days? Let me know in the comment section below so I can come and hang out with you. Okay. I am starving, so I need to go and get something to eat. The funniest thing you ever said. You're welcome. So, ooh, I almost didn't make it. Oh, wow. And you're doing it with a very expensive pen, so be careful. Go slow. Don't do anything I wouldn't enjoy. Yeah, I sent Cutting Art Folk Noodler's Conrad with an Ultra Flex nib. I don't have one here. I do. This is blue one, but in this design. I also sent one to Gary Eves, so hopefully he will do a review on it. Here is my gray one with a Yovo 14 karat semi-flex nib. You can fit them with all kinds of things. And if you guys have questions that you can't figure out, send me a message. Maybe we can have a Zoom call. I have done private Zoom calls with people. If you are interested in learning, just let me know. I don't have a Zoom account anymore. I lied. I'm not paying for the service anymore, so it'd have to be a short one, like whatever they allow for free. But 45 minutes is a good amount of time to learn just about anything. So, oh, I want a Magna Carta so bad. But like those flex nibs are way soft. Like if you're gonna spend that amount of money on a pen, then I would recommend going through fpnibs.com, buying a Yovo Gold semi-flex, not a full flex, because a full flex is so soft and would break it. They're like $300 just for the nib. Put it in your favorite pen. See if that is something that you might be into. And if you're not interested in spending that amount of money, I highly recommend going to Fountain Pen Revolution and checking out their Ultra Flex nibs. Get you a Noodler's Conrad. It's like 28 bucks for the pen and 28 bucks for the, like 19 to $28 for the nib. And seeing if that is something that you might be interested in. And then you can spend like hundreds of dollars. But like if you're not careful at it when it's a steel flex nib, then it's probably best that you wait until you're comfortable using a steel nib first. Yeah, definitely check out the playlist. There's plenty of information in there. There's over 55 hours worth of calligraphy classes. And if you have any questions, leave comments in those sections so that way I can answer them in a video response. And yes, definitely try some ink too. Yeah, and like if you have like just a plain Yovo nib, they do have a little tiny bit of flex in them. But you just gotta be careful because you'll spring the tines. Do you have a Magna Carta? Oh man, I want a Magna Carta, but I don't want to spend like $500 for a bloody pen. Alright, well, that's all I've got for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific with a swatching video. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my members: Rahul, Wolf Kit Witch, Arcboy, Vermilion T, Simply Obs, Lynette, and Womble Bumblebee, and David. I think, David, did you just sign up to be a member? That's so cool. Let me see, what do we got? I don't know where to find. Yay, we have a new member. New member, David. So thank you for becoming a member. Really means a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We now have 8 members. So that's exciting. Hopefully, by the end of next year, I will be made partner. So please watch the videos and maybe put them on a device and set them aside on mute or something. I need the watch hours. Okay, bye. We need, if you'd like to become a member, you can do so for as low as 99 cents a month. Diamond members will be getting sneak peeks of like videos that I'm planning on making. I don't make many videos. but I do like a sneak peek into my life. So I kind of show what I've had to eat over there, and like if I'm going places and doing things, then that the pictures go over there, polls and things go over there, and um, anything else that you guys can think of, let me know. If you want to become a member, you could see what's happening. I'm sorry, I'm tiring out because I'm starving. Also, don't forget to check out the social medias link tree. And if you'd like to and check out the Discord, I have a Discord server. I do kind of answer questions about calligraphy, uh, share your pen, ink, and paper journey over there with us. And if you'd like to save 10% off on your next order to Atlas Stationers, I am an affiliate. When you use my link, you get a discount. And I get a small commission so that I can make better content for all of you. Please keep using the links to the Atlas Stationers so that way, maybe by December, the end of December, I can afford a little Hobonichi calendar or something. So, that's all I got. Get out there and enjoy your life. Be with the people you love. Tell them you love them. I love you to pieces. Have a great day. Okay, bye. Oops. Dang it, I need to move that. Move that there. There. Okay, bye.